Good morning, it's Heather with Murray's Home for Wayward Chickens, and it's been a really long time. I know. I don't even have an excuse other than I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I am on my way right now to the breeder's house, who I've worked with many, many times, and I'm really nervous, very nervous. She has a Swedish flower who was born, she's a chick, she was born, what the breeder believes that she's completely blind. She doesn't think that she has the ability to eat and drink on her own, and she has no experience with that. She asked me if I was interested. Absolutely I am. Polly was blind. Taylor is virtually all but blind at this point. And I had a blind Silkie in the past as well, and they all thrived. My only concern and why I'm so nervous is because if you guys have seen any of my past videos, there was one where she had a bantam rooster who was not able to feed himself, and she waited until it was literally too late. And when I picked him up, he lasted a few hours. I couldn't get him to eat. He was emaciated. So I have packed oral syringes. I packed, if you guys ever need a great food for undernourished, malnourished chicks or chickens, if they're ill and they lose weight, this is like a parrot food. It's very expensive. I don't remember what it costs because TJ ordered it. There's only a little bit left in here, but that's actually a ton. You actually mix this. It's fine granules. It's called Harrison's Bird Foods. It's a high potency, super fine bird food. I want to say that it's a 1 pound bag. It could have been somewhere between ballpark $30 to $45. It's not cheap, but it's supposed to be like magic food, and it gives them a lot of protein and everything that they need. You mix it with a little bit of water in our case to make it mushy, and you can feed it to them when they can't eat on their own. So I brought this with me with a little container of water. I have a little feeding kit that it's just to squirt food in their mouth. It's not to intubate. I think she's gonna be too small to intubate. Swedish flowers are pretty small to begin with, I believe, and this one's a chick. So I'm hoping that she's okay enough that when I pick her up, I'm not bawling my eyes out because she's already at death's door. 2 minutes after I tell her I'm on my way to pick him up, change my whole work day. My whole week is gonna be jammed up now because she's an hour each way, and I couldn't even wait till tonight to pick her up because I know if she hasn't eaten, she doesn't have till tonight for me to get her and start putting nourishment in her. So I brought Polyvisol to get some vitamins in her. I brought water, high potency food, just to get something in this bird's system because I have no idea how small or starved she may be. As soon as I got on the road, I got a text message from a friend of mine who said, hey, any interested in adopting this, and sends me a picture of a naked-necked Silkie rooster. I'm like, absolutely, because Silkies are too small to go with the regular flock. So I have a Silkie in my special needs flock. I do not have a rooster in my special needs flock. I can take a rooster because she has too many roosters. So she wants him adopted and rehomed, which I appreciate. Plus, Cocoa Puff is currently broody. Again, I keep breaking her of being broody, and it's spring. She's already hatched and raised several flocks. She loves being a mama. If I had a Silkie Roo, a naked neck Silkie Roo, I could hatch a couple of her eggs. I'm on my way to pick up the Swedish flower. I think the irony that this guy called me 2 minutes after I agreed to go pick up the Swedish flower is that if the Swedish flower doesn't make it, last time when the first one didn't make it, we had the second one. It sort of doesn't ease the pain, but it makes it almost bearable. Like you pick one up and you can't save it, it dies. I am praying that is not the reason suddenly I'm going to get this naked neck Silkie rooster. It's because the first one I pick up isn't going to make it. This naked neck Silkie rooster is located pretty much on my travels. So I could pick him up on the way back from getting the Swedish flower. I have to take care of this. Okay, so the woman, Jennifer, who has the Naked Neck Silkie, just called me, and it looks like it's gonna work out that I can pick him up on the way back from picking up the Swedish flower. He's very protective of his ladies, she said, and she appreciated that he would be kept separate from my regular flock. She misunderstood it first. She's like, if you have a rooster, you can't have him. I'm like, no, totally separate. My rooster currently is in his own coop with his own run. I had to build a coop within the coop and a run within the run for my current rooster, Repeat. You guys might be familiar with Repeat. You've seen videos of him. He's just been too sexually aggressive. And I know he's a juvenile. He's just over a year old now. I'm trying to keep him separate just long enough for him to maybe calm down a little bit, because he has injured a few hens, and not necessarily just from mating. I had planned on making a video actually asking anyone for advice on what to do with him, which I'll follow up with another time. But he's going to be separate, so she's going to have me meet her. She's got him in a dog crate, so I don't have to worry about picking up a box from somewhere, because I wasn't prepared to get a second chicken. The Swedish flower will sit in my lap on the way home. I'm going to sit and feed her as much as I can before I even pull away from the breeder's house. I'm hoping to be back with some videos. They won't be as frequent as I was previously making them a while back, but I would like them to be more regular and not so sporadic. It's been a year since I moved into the new house, and so things are settling down at least a little bit, versus how crazy it was for a while. But in any event, I'm hoping to be back with some more regular videos, especially since I have some new. I've never had a Swedish flower. I think I got one from her once before that it didn't last. I'll keep you posted, and I'll continue shortly. Oh my gosh, she's tiny. She was just hatched on Thursday. I got her. I'm giving her Polyvisol. She is drinking it, and the breeder said that she's surprised that she lasted this long, and that the only reason she thinks she did is because she still had her yolk. So this is, she's so tiny. Thursday, she's 4 days old. That gives me hope, because she's not a month old, gone without food and water, and she's drinking. I'm giving her Polyvisol, which is vitamins. Plus, because it's a liquid, it'll help with a little bit of hydration. And then I am going to put her, I'm going to give her some food. Oh, she's so stinking cute. She came out with her in her pocket. I'm sorry, I just wanted to, she's drinking. I'm giving her little tiny drops at a time, because she can't aspirate her. So, little tiny drops at a time, especially for a baby of this size. I'm so glad she called me soon enough. That there's hope for this one. All right, I'm just waiting for the address to be sent to me from the other woman to get the Silkie Roo. I might bring Cocoa Puff in the house and let Cocoa Puff raise her, because Cocoa Puff's been very broody, and I won't have time to stay home. I can put her under a heat lamp, but I think that Cocoa Puff will feed her and keep her warm. So I may do that. Cocoa Puff's been broody, so. So that little Swedish hen did not sit in my lap the whole way home. She was under my neck, in my hand, 35 minutes till I picked up the Naked Neck Silkie. And then I had to put her back under my neck and hold her that way for another 35 minutes home. Because when you put them under your neck, it mimics the belly of the mama, and it keeps them warm, and they stop crying and they get comfortable. So I drove like this for like almost an hour, over an hour. I have everybody situated, and they're in their at least temporary accommodations for now. The Naked Neck Silkie Rooster, his name is Rupert. They call him Roo for short. I'm just gonna call him Rupert because I just like it. And the little, oh my gosh, the Swedish flower, she's like this big. I've been feeding her. This is the the superfood, the Harrison's superfood. When it gets wet, it's very fine, super fine granules. When it gets wet, it turns into like a paste. And I have this little tiny like salt spoon that came with a salt dish for seasoning, and I don't use it. So I've been feeding her with this little spoon, and I'm still giving her Polyvisol. And then I have water that I've been giving her a little at a time. Cocoa Puff took her. I'm over the moon. Cocoa Puff is such a good girl. She has raised at least 3 flocks. And she gets broody every spring. And I have no eggs for her to, she's got eggs, but the rooster's separate right now. None of those eggs are fertilized. And I can't hatch eggs. I need to leave space for when people call me, because if I have to start hatching a dozen eggs and then I've got all these chickens, and I don't ever want to turn a rescue down. And so I'm very excited. The woman who gave me the naked neck, the Silkie naked neck, very nice woman. He gave me this monster fucking dog crate that I've got to get back to her. And I messaged her tonight and showed her pictures of him. Like, I didn't put him with the flock yet. Well, first, you just don't do that. He needs to be quarantined. But I'm not just going to stick a chicken that hasn't been with a flock and then fend for yourself. When I acclimate chickens, it's very slowly, it's a little at a time, and it's under my supervision. Plus, he needs to just settle down a little bit. He needs to get, accustomed and comfortable in his environment. He's very sweet. She said that he's protective of his ladies, and she has another Silkie Roo that's, I guess, a little more docile, who is starting to get picked on by this one. And so, he seems pretty sweet. He let me take him out of the carrier. I pet him. I told him it was okay. I do my little, it's okay. And I pet him. I gave him a perch, food and water. He's in the laundry room. He decided he wanted to sit on the utility perch on the utility sink on the chicken washing station instead. Because the perch I have is like a big branch on a 2 pieces of wood, but it's lower to the floor. I know they want to be up higher. I can't build that kind of perch that's not going to fall over in my house. So I put Taylor back out in the special needs coop, because Taylor's been in the house for a few weeks, and it was time. She's so attached to me, and I know she's going to be angry with me. She's got to stay with a flock. She does pretty well with the special needs flock. She can't be by herself. I know she's a loner, but she gets along, at least for the most part, with the special needs flock, and she needs to be with other chickens. She can't go to work with me every day. So... And I noticed that her beak was getting too long because she needs to go out and forage. And she's like, no, feed me. So she needs to be a chicken. And I brought Cocoa Puff in the house. She's in like a low crate with straw and pine chips. She was very good about taking the Swedish flour because she's been broody. At first, she was like, I don't know. But 2 minutes later, I just tucked her underneath and she was like, burr, 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 burr. And that was it. So the baby's under her now. I'm going to show her to you. I'm going to show you the naked neck Silkie also. So he'll probably quarantine for the rest of this week. And at some point toward the end of the weekend, when I'm home and I have the time to make sure that, everybody acclimates peacefully, I'll give him a chance out in the run and see how they do. Sometimes it doesn't happen immediately sometimes. Sometimes it takes a couple tries. Let them hang out in a neutral area and then get to know each other. And then maybe take them back. And then the following day, let him spend like a half a day to a whole day with them and see what happens at the end of the day. Does he make his way into the coop on his own, or does he need some time? We'll see. I leave it up to them for the most part. I like to supervise to make sure everybody's safe. But the chickens will let you know. Some go in there and they're like, nope, hi, I'm here. And it works. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't make the assumption. I am worried about this baby because I had to look it up. I have experience with blind chickens. We've had 3 or 4. But they've all been grown. So Taylor is slowly losing her vision, and Polly came to us with cataracts, so she could still see shadows, and then her vision deteriorated down the road pretty quickly at some point, and she went completely blind. But she was already an adult, and she knew that if I tapped the bowl, she knew where to go to find it. She was pretty good. And then we had a blind Silkie who came to us blind, but that was just from neglect. That girl's lucky I didn't fucking kill her. She just came infested, absolutely infested with mites. They were in her ears and coming out of her mouth. I mean, I can't even, that was one of the most disgraceful. She was blind from just being infested with mites. But she was also an adult. So I had her cleaned up in a day or two. But she got along very well. This is a chick that is 4 days old. This is new to me. She needs to eat 6 to 10 times per day. So I looked it up. It's about like an ounce or two for the first few days. And then it starts to increase as they get a little bit bigger, but less frequently. I have to gauge how much she's getting. Tomorrow, I'll be able to do this easier than the following days. Cocoa Puff, I don't think Cocoa Puff realizes that she can't see. She's trying to find the food. And when I try to feed her, her head is all over the place. Tomorrow, if I get up at 6, I can feed her. It's every 2 to 3 hours. I can feed her again at 8 before I leave for work. I'm working close to home tomorrow. I can come home at noon, which is 4 hours later, and I can feed her again, and I'll try to feed her a little bit more. If I get out at 4, I'll come right home. It's another 4 hours. I can feed her again, but then if I'm home from 4 o'clock, I can feed her again at 6. I can feed her again at 8. My concern is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm in Oneida. It's 45 minutes each way from my house. I can't just come home and feed her. So I'm a little concerned. I may even ask TJ if he works from home. I can bring Cocoa Puff and the baby to his house, and he will feed her throughout the day for me because I can't leave her. And one of the most important things is hydration. Baby chicks, if they're not properly hydrated, death like that. The food is really important, of course, but the hydration. So I'm giving her the Polyvisol infant drops without iron. You do not want to, this is great for chicks, even chickens, if they ever are sick and they need a little extra vitamin, a vitamin boost. But you want to get the one that's without iron because it will cause constipation if you give it to them with iron. I'm going to get her and show you how I'm feeding her. But I also want to show you, I want to show you Rupert. He looks very sweet, but I turned the lights out, so I don't want to disturb him. I also lit a fire for them in the stove for them. This Cocoa Puff is in here, and she needs to keep the baby warm. So I'm gonna see. I don't want to put the light on. Look at her. She's just all spread out. Hi, Cocoa Puff. Burp, burp, burp. The baby's chirping under her. So what I read is that the babies are eating every time they're not sleeping. So if she's quiet and sleeping, I know she's okay. I just heard a little chirp, and it's probably been about 2 hours since I fed her. And I don't know how much she's getting yet. I have to figure out how to gauge what she's getting off that little tiny spoon. And let me show you Rupert. Hi, Rupert. Hey, buddy. He's so cute. Look at him. He's got his food and water. He does not want his perch. Hi. I just wanted to show you off. Oh, he's shaking. He looks scared. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I'm going to leave this open a little bit because it feels chilly in there. And I don't want him to be chilly. I want him to be comfortable. Oh, he looks nervous. Maybe I should pick him up and pet him again. He's nervous. It's okay. I want to pet him and tell him it's okay. Oh, he's sweet. I'll be back in a little while. I want to get him comfortable. Okay, he is so sweet that I let him sit on the couch with me for like half an hour. I dozed off. We took a nap together. He didn't even jump off. He like stayed calm. And now he's my buddy. And now I have this little girl. So let's get a little food and show you. She was crying, which means she's ready to eat. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. She's trying to find the food. She just can't. Such a good girl. Let me clean you up. You have food all over your feathers. Here you go. Here. Good girl. She's doing better than she did earlier. Okay, hold on. How about some vitamins? You want something to drink? Come here. Good girl. Ooh, ooh, here. You gotta clean off your beak. You got food. Come here. There you go. Come on. There you go. There you go. Let's get your nose cleaned off. Okay. And now I think she can put her back under Mama. She's back under Cocoa Pop. And she's still chirping and crying a little bit. You can hear her settling down, going to sleep. And I don't even know that I would recommend doing that with any other chick. Unless you, I mean, Cocoa Puff is a sweet girl. She allows me. She trusts me because she's raised a few different clutches. She lets me take her out and feed her and put her back. I don't know that any other chicken's going to let you take the baby out and then put it back. But she does let me, luckily. I've had her for a few years. She's raised other babies. But it's getting late and I need to get to sleep. I have a feeling I'm not going to sleep much because in a couple hours I'm going to have to get up and feed her again. I don't know that she's going to make it to the morning without eating again. But in any event, that's what we got going on. Little Rupert, he took like a half an hour, 40-minute nap. I settled down with him on the couch, put my head back, closed my eyes after I just pat him and talked to him and stroked him and pat him when I pet his little waddles. And he just chilled out. And once I fell asleep and I had steady breathing, he lowered himself down, nestled his head in, and went to sleep right on me. Didn't fly away, didn't try to jump off, and I wasn't holding him in place. I let him stay there on his own discretion, and he stayed. And then I woke up, I'm like, damn, I'm going to sleep for like 30 minutes. And he was still just asleep on me. So I put him back on his little perch in the utility sink, and I'll check on him in the morning. I'm still worried about the baby, but I'm going to do whatever I can. If you guys have questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. And I'd love to have you hit like and subscribe. Have a great night.